Welcome everybody to the Scott County Girls Basketball Lady Cards Coaches Show. We're here with Coach Steve Helton. We got a special guest this week, Peyton Riddle. We're filming this one day after the season opener here at home on Wednesday night against Grant County, and it was a good start for Peyton and a good start for Lady Cards. Good effort, Coach. What did you see out there?
First home game. I know everybody's excited, and we had talked about I'd love to practice. I'd love to practice for, another 3 months and then maybe throw another game in. But, the kids, they were excited to play.
They get tired of that, don't they?
I love practice. I love practice. And for some reason, boy, when it's game day, it's like, But, I was very pleased with how we come out. We come out of the gates early, got up down the court. And really made some things happen out of our press early on, and Peyton got off to a great start, and that's what we want her to do. That's what she's got to do, and we expect that, and we were really excited to finally get a game under our belt.
Yeah. You talked about coming out quickly. Have you ever had a quarter like 18 points in the first quarter last night?
No, not so far up to this point.
What was the key to that? It seemed like some of it was transition early, and then it was threes after that.
Yeah, I was just looking to score more this year and really step up in that role and just help out in any way I can to help the team win.
When I talked to Coach after the game, he said he told you before the game and probably during the game multiple times, shoot the ball, shoot the ball, shoot the ball. What is that? Just a hard thing you want to get everybody involved, but what's the key there? Just mentally upstairs.
That's one thing. I always want to get my teammates involved, and so sometimes, whether making that extra pass or, pulling up for a jump shot, but I'm working on it this year.
Yeah. Now, she's been a player that the past couple of years, you look at the scoring average, I think 13 points a game freshman year, 14 points sophomore year. So obviously she does shoot the ball, and she's comfortable doing that, but you like to see that even ramped up a little bit, I take it?
She's a scorer, and scorers, that's what they do. They score the ball, and we're so excited for the potential Peyton has. Just an incredible young lady on and off the court. As a player, she's one of those kids who will go through a game, and you'll look at the stat line at the end of the game, and she'll have 25 points. You're like, wow, how she lets the game come to her. And sometimes, and we laugh about it now, but during the heat of the moment, we want her to be aggressive scoring the basketball. We want her to look for her shot. I feel comfortable with Peyton. When she releases her ball, 95% of the time, I feel like that ball's going in because she has a beautiful shot. She works with her shot, and she wants to be that player. And it's just one of those deals where you've seen her grow up. She wants to get everybody involved, and she can run a pick and roll with anybody. And people have to really play her first because of her shot, and she passes the ball beautifully. Just so many times, I want to see her shoot. I want to see her shoot quick, and she did a great job last night against Grant County, and we're hopefully that'll continue throughout the season.
I assume she's one of those players, even when the shots aren't falling, those rare occasions, you're still telling her to shoot, because as a shooter, you just got to have that mentality that it's going to go in eventually.
You make your next shot, or you forget your next shot. Shooter. I do believe in shooter zones. I think some kids can get in zones and they just feel like they can't miss. And shooting is a mentality. It's you can talk about form. You can talk about it's about getting in the gym, working on it, and knowing when you shoot the ball, it's going in. And Peyton does that. And if she's not thinking it's going in, I think it's going in for her. And again, it's she's very gifted, and we're excited about her junior year.
Now, shooting guard is what you listed at on the roster, and that's what you call yourself. But last night Wednesday night we saw, when things necessitated it, you moved to the point and played pretty well there too. I mean, is that something you're comfortable with also?
Yes, I'm played point guard through my middle school years, so I can play both positions if I need to.
Look like you're an all-around player, though. You're taller than a guard might be normally. I mean, is that something, as the season goes on, might we see you play a lot of different places on the floor, depending on how? I guess that's a better question for Coach too.
We've talked about it. If we can get a mismatch, especially with her size, with her strength, we'll take her to the block if we need to. In order for whatever this team needs. She sees over the press because she does have good size. She's a a basketball player with a high IQ. You know, she has that basketball IQ. She knows that next pass to make. And you know, there's where she is so versatile. You know, when she gets in college, you know, she's going to be able to play 1, 2, maybe 3 positions, and you know, no matter what position she's going to be playing at, they're going to expect her to shoot the ball, and they're going to expect her to score. And you know, I really think that Peyton Riddle is a hidden gem in the state of Kentucky. I really do. I think her best basketball is ahead of her, especially when you know you get in college. You're going to have those 6'2", 6'4" posts that they're going to have to guard inside. She's going to be open a lot, you know, and then you're going to have those 6'4" and 6'5" guards or post players that she's going to run off picks off. And I really think, you know, now don't get me wrong, we still got this year and next year that we're expecting big things, but I really think her best basketball is ahead of her.
Peyton, that being said, you had a lot of points last night, but we saw a lot of different weapons from your team last night. Just talk about this team's potential overall and what you're seeing out there early in the season.
Well, I think one thing is that we've played together for so long, and so we're all comfortable with each other and just good chemistry, and we're all here to work hard and just get better. And that's one thing. I think we all have high expectations for our team, and we hope to fulfill those expectations.
It was kind of a tough thing against Grant County because you got up big early, and we talked about this after the game that maybe the second half effort, but kind of a little bit of human nature was involved in that, wasn't it? I mean, it's just hard to maintain that focus when you're up by 35.
And the thing about it was, we did a great job jumping out early, and we talked about that. You know, we wanted to control the tempo early, and we did a great job of that. In the second half, you know, I really understand the running clock. You know, you don't want to, because some teams will do things a little more intentional, but in that situation also we had to fast pace our lineups. We had to move everything to a fast pace, so we didn't quite get the looks that we wanted.
As far as your perspective as a player, is that a tough situation when you get a big lead like that to kind of maintain your focus? And what lessons did you learn from last night?
I just think we learned that we do need to make sure and stay focused and just, you know, reiterate that to make a point, you know, that just because you're up big, you know, we still have to play hard and, you know, finish out the game.
And by the time people get to see this, we got a couple more games that'll probably be in the bank. We got Friday night against Madison Southern. They're coming here. And then the 42nd District schedule starts right off after that with Sayre, I guess. That's a team that you probably know pretty well. Break down those 2 games a little bit and what we can expect.
Madison Southern, 11th region team. You know, they're coming out of Richmond, and last year at their place it was a 1-point game with 0.6 seconds. Katie Hudson made 1 of 2 free throws, and you know, we got out of Richmond with a great win, a great road win, and you know, Summer they were ready to reschedule and play again this year. So it's 11th region. It'll be a good test for us. You know, and get past Friday night, and you said, you know, we have 2 games in a row, 42nd District, and they're seeding games now. It's when we were in the 8th region years ago, you didn't see. It was just a blind draw for who you played in districts. Now they were in the 42nd District, Sayre, which we play 1 game a year. We don't play a home and away with them, so this is a very important game as far as win and loss. You know, this is possibly 2 wins, or it counts as the other way. So Monday night Sayre, then we go on the road. Another 42nd District team here to play on Thursday. So it's we're going to be tested, and it's what we need. You know, last night was first night, a lot to learn. It's the first time that team's in that position. You know, we hadn't been in that position to have a big lead at halftime with this team. I don't care. People talk about, you know, whether no, this is a totally different team, and you know, I think every night out we're going to learn. And I said from day one, we're a work in progress, and I am too. I've got to learn what buttons to push. I've got to learn what buttons not to push. And you know, coaching wise, we're going to do a better job. And I told them today in the locker room, you know, we're going to do a better job tomorrow night, and hopefully we're going to learn. We're going to do this together. And you know, I love this team. I think we have a lot of potential. But I think we have some growing to do as well. And I think we're going to attack that doing it together.
Team chemistry is always a big thing. Are you seeing that with this team developing early in the season in a positive way?
I think especially once we, you know, get more games under our belts, it's just gonna, you know, be able to flow a lot better and easier and just come naturally with us. just because we're always together. We're very close off the court also, so it all plays into the team chemistry.
Well, thank you, Peyton, and thank you, Coach, for being part of the show again. Again, a couple of games coming up, and we'll be here every week to break down what's past and what's forward. And we hope you can get out and support the Lady Cards this season.